And welcome to Chicago Maroons soccer, men's soccer, on our doubleheader here in Chicago, Illinois. Alongside Sergio Venegas, I'm Alex Reed here on today's call. The lineups have been announced, and both teams head to their respective huddles to make last-minute preparations for today's game. Now, this is a doubleheader today, and what I mean by doubleheader is that the University of Chicago, the Maroons, will be taking on Case Western Reserve Spartans, and that is a men's game. And then coming up right after that will be the Chicago Maroons women's team taking on, I believe it's Case Western Reserve as well, the women's side. So stay tuned with us today for a great action-packed day of soccer as the two teams come together. Now, Sergio, what do you want to see from this team? Obviously, you were talking about their formations before. What do you think that formation tells us about the game plan for today?
First of all, thank you for being with us, and it's a pleasure to broadcast with you, Alex. And the formation that the University of Chicago is going to be 4-2-3. That means the two defenders that is going to be running from the sides to middle field, and it goes more and more offensive. So we're going to jump in right away on the actions and explain later what is the other formation for the Spartans.
All right, so the ball starts off. Case Western Reserve wins the tip. And that'll be Calvin Boyle with the deep kick to the far side around midfield. And University of Chicago takes that one right back. Great defensive work there from the Maroons as the ball works its way to Hill Bonin over to Josh Schofield. And Schofield keeps possession, tries to go for Adeosun, but that ball is played up and just about out of bounds as the ball will go out of play as Schofield was trying to get it. It looks like they'll give the ball on a foul.
There was a foul, yes, over there. And let me explain. The Spartans put in more pressure because the formation is 4-4-2, that they're going to put two blocks, two lines to pressure. You can see now is how it's taking the pressure over the University of Chicago. And I like the uniform from the University of Chicago. It looks like the Bayern Munich away team.
Yeah.
And the other side is just like the United Kingdom selection or national team.
Yes, if you can't see,
or maybe Tottenham.
Yeah, it does look like the Hotspurs. But the Chicago Maroons are donning their gray. It's very, very cool uniform. It's a gray and red, almost maroon color uniform with white numbers and maroon trim on those numbers. So it's a really cool jersey. And then the Spartans are donning their all-white jerseys with, I believe that's navy blue letters and navy blue pants, along with navy blue trim as well, as Hill Bonin delivers a deep ball forward, looking for Max Lopez, but taken away pretty well by the Spartans and played up to Adeosun. Looks like that'll be a foul
elbow
on
they
the
use
Spartans.
elbow.
Yeah, I believe that's Darmstadter with the foul called on there, so it'll be a free kick for the Spartans.
So far, the Spartans has two fouls, putting a lot of pressure. And is it that you meant Lopez? Lopez is the main heart of the offensive of the University of Chicago. So let's see how it becomes. All the balls going over to him to get an offensive time.
Well, you know, it's funny because actually Max Lopez didn't score in their last game. A couple of goals from Matthew Coe. Great offense from the entire Maroons team. But Matthew Coe, very near a hat trick. He got a goal on a penalty kick, and then he scored a beautiful runner to the left. So what a great game from Matthew Coe. And in the last game, I believe that was Carnegie Mellon. So the Tartans got a foul called on them, and it ended up being a double yellow. So the Tartans were playing a man down for the last almost 20 minutes or so. So good game from the Maroons in the last game against the Tartans, 3-0. Big response, and they need to have another good game here today to get themselves back after that loss to Emory College. And that ball will be played out of bounds. Kick deep there. savvy play there by the defense. So we have a throw in deep inside the Spartans' territory. Who do you like in this situation?
Well, what I like is the University of Chicago is taking control and going deep inside to centers. And just for tell you something, do you know who is Andres Iniesta or Xavi?
No.
Okay, those players used to play, well, they're still playing some Iniesta with the Barcelona. They don't score a lot, but out of the heart of them, they make a lot of passes like Lopez. So sometimes you don't need to score a lot of goals to be like the heart of the team, like Lopez could be.
Yeah, that's fantastic insight, and I'm sure you're a huge Barcelona fan as you're donning your all Barcelona look here today.
Yeah, it's cold. Outside it's cold. But yeah, yes indeed.
Oh, there you go.
And I speak a little Catalan, so yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So it'll be a throw in for the Maroons here and headed away by the Spartans. Little scrum for the ball as the ball works its way deeper into Maroon territory. And it looks like that'll be a corner kick, I believe, for the Spartans. So a good opportunity for them to try to establish themselves here with 40-10 left to go here.
Okay, let me tell you something. You see, this guy is the right kicker, so he's going to put some effect inside the box, so giving the advantage to the goalkeeper if they're going with the fist. And
that ball's headed away, but a great shot deflected away by the back line. And a nice play from Adeosen to force the foul on the Spartans. I believe that is...
I don't know if it's an offside because I couldn't see the flag rising up.
Oh, I believe that was a foul. Looked like it was on... that's 23. He just now turned his back, so I believe that's Zachary Senft for the Spartans with the foul on that play.
Yeah, he's Senft. He's Senft, number 23.
So that ball's taken away by Schofield, works its way into the middle of the field. And that'll be a deep ball, but nobody home. Believe that's Holquist was the closest guy on the near side, but they'll just play that one back to Calvin Boyle, the goal minder for the Spartans. As Schofield's going for the ball, taken away by a great back check from Holquist, and that one works its way to Abedian. Abedian works it far side, kicks the ball deep for Adeosen, and Adeosen will tap that ball over to the far side, and that ball played in, well headed away by the Spartans. So the Spartans look to counterattack here on the Maroon Broadcast Network. Great runner for the Spartans. Believe that's Bessel on that run.
You saw that center. They center in the purpose that the player is coming from the Spartan from behind, trying to reach them and take an advantage. And I like the way that performing. Bonning as a goalkeeper is good with the feet. And, oh, my God, that is complicated by number 17, how to stop that.
Yeah, Adeosen has a really good skill set. It's almost, he does a lot of fancy footwork and really good fundamental player. As the ball works its way back into the middle, and it was intended for Adeosen there in the middle, and that ball played back by Rademacher. And he'll just tap that one to Boyle in the net. So he'll kick that one deep across territory. Headed away skillfully by Sam Drablos. That'll be played back. So that one will go too far. So it will go for a Maroons throw-in. 36:56 left to go here in the first half. 0-0 is your score if you're just joining us on the Maroon Broadcast Network. It's a kind of a chilly day here in Chicago. Ooh. First time it's really felt like fall as the Maroons are now countering, and a nice ball into the middle, and that looks like it's Abedian in the middle, and Holquist He was looking for a centering pass there, but nobody was home. It was a great run into the middle of the box by Abedian, but no dice as the Spartans really compressed the box.
You know, I see Alex is like I told you, like the heart, so he could receive the ball back from the shoot, and they give you the chances to give in chip and the pass correctly, and they got a first kick.
It just tipped off, but Adeoson's got the ball, and he kicks that one in.
It's offside.
Oh, they raised the flag, so that one will be offside. Almost a goal there. A fantastic shot hit off the post, and then the ball ricocheted back into Adeoson's hands, but it was just offside on that play.
Did you see the effect? They put it all the way down to that shot, like 15 yards, and it's amazing the effect. They ball get it and just touches the post, and I like that.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic shot here from the Maroons and a great scoring chance here so far. So I'm really impressed. 35-27 left to go here in the first half, and a fantastic scoring chance. Mark that one down on your stat sheets, as that will go as a fantastic scoring chance.
But they prove it, the goaltender from the other team. And let me tell you one thing. On these conditions, the ball becomes like a hard rock. And that kind of shot is amazing, even for that distance. And that's supposed to be testing the goalkeeper in the few minutes.
And what a beautiful run into the box. And it was a great center. It looks like that was another offside, but another fantastic chance brewing there. Matthew Coe got into the box, and he did such a good job at attacking that back line of the Spartans.
Actually, they touched the crossbar of the Y of the football field. So there is why they raise a flag. Like, it's out. There is why they do that. But so far, University of Chicago is 2 against 0 opportunities of goal. They are knocking so hard to open this score.
Well, and Boyle has definitely been tested in net so far a couple times. He had to make a really, really good save against Abedian. So the ball works its way to the far side here on Amos Alonzo Stag Field. It's a beautiful field here. Football field kind of, turned out to work for a soccer field. Can't play on any grass today because of the rain, as that's Holquist with a great pass into the box, and Adeoson did a fantastic job of getting the ball, but well played by the Spartan defenders. And there's a lot of contact as Capitosto is trying to make the play. So Schofield will kick it back to Capitosto. And that ball in for Adeoson, and Adeoson played that one in deep, but that one will just roll back to Boyle, and Boyle will kick that one deep over into Maroon territory. Sam Drablos on that side to play it, and it looks like he fell over, so they got a great run into the box, and what a great save there from Bill Bonin, not taking any chances.
Actually, Drabbles got a foul because they used the arm to push them and take it away. So for me, it was not calling for the ref. But anyway, it ends happily because Bonin just dived it and stopped that opportunity. So far, I like the performance of the University of Chicago because they have a good balance between defense and offense. In the midfield, the transition is so smooth. So, Alex, I think it's going to be an interesting game.
Absolutely. I really agree. And this should be a good challenge for the Maroons as they play this one over to Josh Schofield. And Schofield plays that one to Holquist. And Deo Adeoson was tackled hard. No call on that play as it was a good slide tackle ruled out. And Sam Drablos with a lot of contact. He'll play that one out just to let the Maroons recover on their side of the field.
That's going to be an interesting matchup between Drablos and Balog. They have 2, and Drablos is winning 2 of 2 so far. But it's going to be so physical.
Absolutely. Well, and the funny part is they're letting a lot of contact go. They let a couple potential fouls go. There were a lot of contact on both plays from Drablos and potentially one as the slide tackle came in on Adeoson. So a couple of physical plays that they've let go here early on, and
I know what you're saying, but you start needing call in that kind of situation because in some point the physical becomes so hard that you can get an injury. And you are in the turf is not the best one.
And that's a nice play in by the Spartans, but a little bit too far out of any good shot. I believe that was, is that Connor Weber out there? Or Christian Little? No, that's Zachary Senft for the Spartans. A lot of 20s out there, so it'll be a fun game of guess and check. Silbonen boots that one high and far and headed off by Abedian. And this is a great run into the box by Coe, and Coe's right there. Oh, what a great save by Calvin Boyle.
I like Boyle. You see, he do 2 stops and closes the angle, put it to both hands instead of receiving the shot straight to their palm. And they about to start the first goal from the University of Chicago. And it's still knocking. It's like 4 attempts so far, so clearly for the University of Chicago.
What a beautiful play there from Matthew Coe, delivering that into the box. And a poor clear attempt by the Spartans, but that ball will work its way over to Schofield. And Schofield delivers a ball into the box, but nothing doing on that play as the Spartans hold that one back, so they'll just slow that down. Looks like he wanted to go to Boyle, but Matthew Coe will slide and kick that one away for a Rademacher throw-in. 30 minutes just about here on the Maroon Broadcast Network. Alex Reed along with Sergio Venegas.
Yes.
My brilliant color commentator.
Oh, thank you very much for that one. I couldn't say better. But let me tell you one thing. See, the wind could be a factor because now it's not wind at all. But in the warming, you see how the balls could stop it when they flow away from left to right. And that could be an issue because for the University of the Spartans, they were defending from right to left.
Yeah, it could play a factor. This is a gusting wind too, so it definitely it's hard to predict a gusting wind. So it might play a factor. We'll just have to see as the game goes. That'll be it looked like almost a handball there that they let go from Andre Abedian, but play will continue on. Played back by Holquist to Schofield, and Schofield continues to hold the ball as a couple Spartans run into it unexpectedly almost, and that play from Holquist all the way over to Matthew Coe, and Matthew Coe's got it on the far side of the field. He drives into the box. Great centering pass there from Coe, and oh, terrible. That was a rough shot there from Lopez. I believe that was Lopez.
Yeah, it could be. Well, you see how many people is inside the box? That is so complicated for the team to try to score for that reason. Many people in the box is so complicated to get a clear shot. So and so far, Boyle is showing some skills with the hands so far.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. You would have liked to see Lopez maybe put that down and dribble a couple times and look for a couple more options rather than really heave a shot at that direction off of his other foot, off of his weak foot there. You would have liked to see him put that down possibly, but that'll go for a shot. And Schofield over to Isaiah Holquist and Deo Adeosun. That ball be played far side there to Matthew Coe, and Matthew Coe shows some skill. Shoots the ball off, ricocheted by the Spartans, so it'll work its way back to Stacy Ryman, the solid defender for the Chicago Maroons, as that ball goes off of the Spartans, so it'll be a throw-in.
But you see the Spartans putting 2 blocks. Sometimes it comes 1 block. That is 6 players making a line. So it's so complicated getting to for the offensive of the Maroons. And now see the pressure and launches to the other side to see how they react, the defenders. Because you can see the Maroons have 4 players in the back, but they become only 2, and 2 are just a little more further to recover the ball so much easier. I like that, but you're risking the defense because you got a breakaway and it's complicated.
Well, I'm sure that then for the Maroons, you'd want to attack on the counterattack, right? When all the team is up and you can move your forwards, Lopez and Coe and company up across in the counterattack. That would be a great chance to break that defense when that defense comes back. as that ball comes over to Schofield and played up for Isaiah Holquist, but not close enough to make a play on it. So the ball will go back to Christian Little, and Little play it back to Boyle, and Little will get the ball once again, and he'll play it deep, but played very well by Drablos. So Adeo-san is in the vicinity as well as Abedian, but the Spartans recover, and that deep ball in, but saved by Hillbonen, and he throws that one out, looking to attack quickly. Throws that one out to Isaiah Holquist, who boots that one very softly over to Josh Schofield. Played over to Drablos. Playing a little bit of catch. Almost Bayern Munich passing style here. as they very skillfully get it to Matthew Coe. And Coe dribbles a couple times and plays a beautiful runner there for Scott Lick, and it just too far for Scott Lick. You really like that idea, though. Really fine passing.
Yeah, but, you know, the turf is, now you see the difference between if you're playing on grass, the ball will be a little more slow. So give you that advantage or the facility to get that, reach them, and then maybe center to the box. In that kind of turf, you don't see, but it's like a little curve for when they rain, the water goes to the sides.
Oh, and a good shot there. I believe that's Andre Abedian with the boot there, and I believe he just did miss the post. So good shot from Abedian. It was a tough shot. I mean, it's a little far out. You'd like to see them possibly work the ball in further, but it's definitely hard to break this defense for the Spartans when they have so many guys flooding the box.
And you see now the Spartans playing short. I like that because you're controlling the ball, and then you have all the possession, like splitting the ball. If you're splitting the ball, when you put like kickbook like that, you're splitting the ball, and you know how it's going to bounce it, and they lose the ball. Now the Maroons recover it. That is good for the Maroons. But if I was a coach, I'd say, let's play short, play safe. You have the possession, make it run, make it get an effort, and get tired in the first half.
So you feel like this is kind of a safe strategy for the Spartans trying to not lose. I kind of like the Maroons because they're playing pretty well all the way around as Adeo-san gets knocked over. No call, though, as Schofield gets the running pass, and Schofield surveys his options, pops it up to Holquist. Isaiah Holquist over to Max Lopez, and Adeo-san with a runner into the box for Matthew Coe, and Matthew Coe slows it down just a smidge, and he puts the ball up, and another fine shot off his left foot there.
I like that dribble, but I think he must be doing too much steps instead of shooting the first one, because there is why the ball going wide. If they do it with the first step, they have the advantage because the defender doesn't know what he's going to do. Or you dribble inside another dribble or maybe a bicycle, but that shot, it was close. Still knocking so hard the door to open this one. And once again now, the Spartans is splitting the ball, and the pressure from the Maroons is so hard in the midfield that it's easy to recover it. See?
Do you feel like he second-guessed himself after that first shot? He felt like he was a little bit too far out on that first shot, and he wanted to dribble in a little bit further and doubted himself just a little bit on that, since that first shot was so far off?
The issue is so complicated getting to two lines because you see how tight is the defenders. So you must be so accurate or showing so really skills, and he wants to do it an action that maybe changed this game, that the shot could do that.
They are really playing far back. I mean, there's not a single player from the Spartans on the Maroon side of the field, and they're about 5 to 6 yards off of midfield, so they're really playing compressed at the back end.
But yeah, there is an injury over there, and that
looks
not
like
injury, maybe a twisting on the ankle. Is limping, but I'm going to explain why they're doing that. You can see now, the Maroons, they put 4 players right here in the midfield. Now they're going back to doing one line of 4. So the formation from the Spartan is 4-4-2, only 2 strikers. So that is why you see why they don't have many players, because you will split in the field and make you tired if you run so far. And now the Maroons is doing the purple way, open side by side, making the Spartans run. Look. So there must be advantage lines, but the position is still with the Maroons, and they're playing so well. See, they're making the effort, almost get it, and the pressure giving some results for the Spartans.
Looks like Alex Bessel there. He was the player who went down, and he's back into it, and oh my goodness, Hillbonen Ooh, I'd imagine that he took a shoe right into the gut. That is painful.
Actually, it was a clearly opportunity for the Spartans. Unfortunately for the goalkeeper, Bonin got the worst part because he used the ball against the chest and receiving all the impact on the chest. So I'm assuming he's out of breath. So that is why he's in 4 points. See, the number 3 is requesting like trouble, saying, "Oh, you could be avoid that." They've been telling you they must be start calling that kind of situations. In some point, you got an injury, and that is red lights. I don't see the goalkeeper from the University of Maroons is taking warming up. If they need to change it, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think. I mean, it just kicked in the gut. That just kind of takes the breath out of you.
Yeah, but
that'll
that hurts.
knock you. Oh, it hurts. No
and
doubt.
With this weather, like I told you, the ball becomes like a hard rock. So imagine that at the mass and the strength of the offensive guy that tried to score. And you are seeing like 2 trains smashing against together. It's so hard for for Bonin that's already recovering, but bravely, I like that.
Yes, it's good to see Hill Bonin is back into the game and is staying into the game after that pretty tough hit, and that'll be a foul on the Spartans. So the Maroons hopefully getting themselves into a position, if you are a Maroons fan. 21-22 left to go here in the first half. 0-0 still your score on the Maroon Broadcast Network. I'm Alex Reed alongside Sergio Venegas.
So now you see the ball is stopped like 4 yards from midfield, and you can see hardly a line over there, and it's going to send to the penalty kick.
Yeah, it looks like 6 guys are on that back
and
line.
And there comes a breakaway. Try to get in bad position, the defense, but you see the Maroons is making a good defense. Oh, when you call it something good, they make a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, this is it.
And Sam Drablos tried to slide and get that one away, and a nice ball into the box, but smart play. I believe that was Stacy Ryman, just to kick that one away over to the side, and that'll be a throw-in, but that was a fine chance there from the Spartans, and once again facilitated by Alex Bessel. He has been so good out there.
That diagonal calls a killing diagonal because you don't know where it's going to go, and they have the chances to the forward to score easily. Lucky for the University of Chicago, the defenders coming back, do the transition perfectly on time, and avoid the first goal from the Spartans. They put a lot of pressure on so far in these moments.
Yeah, all of their offense so far has been facilitated mostly by Alex Bessel and Darmstadter as Hill Bonin slides. I think he was safe on that play. I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure he was safe.
He tried to avoid the corner kick. That is why he dived like that. But that's what I don't like this turf. You can burn if you don't know how to dive like that. Instead of the grass that is so much gentle with your body, and even for the foot.
And even more so when it's wet out.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to start raining because this weather reminds me like, I don't know, maybe Wembley. The stadium of Wembley. So it's so complicated to play in that kind of facilities. That means that it's not used. You have the grass, beautiful grass field over there that you should be playing over there, but.
Well, I mean, you don't want to chew up that beautiful turf, having it, especially in the wet, where everything's soggy sod and muddy, and all of a sudden you can really burn up the field. So I like the idea of having them play on the turf, where you're not really going to burn up the turf just because it's turf. It's meant to take a lot of hits,
And sometimes this kind of turf get you more injury on your knees, on your meniscus, or twisting your ankles because the boots get stuck instead of that one. The grass just fell down completely with your boots, and you have less injuries. And now another fault on number 21.
Christian Little on the defensive. That was a foul on Lopez. Christian Little is the man down for the Spartans. Looks like he twisted his left ankle just a smidge.
And they take it away the boot out. That is why they start taking so much time to cover this one. And now see the transition from the Spartans. They put it at least, 6 players or 5 players on the line number 25. And the Maroons is making offside line This is a risky one. If you make a mistake, somebody gets behind, it's going to be an easy way, at least 4 against the goalkeeper. So let's see how they perform.
They must trust their defense. I mean, that back line, and they're also looking to be able to strike and get a counterattack to try to break down this Spartans team. And if you feel like if you can do that, then you can get a couple of good chances from the counterattack. So.
And you can see, oh no, I think the number 22 is outside, but they
good to see Christian Little back into the game, yeah.
Oh my God.
Nice little play there by the Spartans. Well played by Sam Drablos, though, just to get his hand on, or just to get his foot on it. Kicked away by, great play, defensive play from Scott Lick there, just to clear the ball all the way down past midfield. So it'll be a throw-in for the Spartans.
I like that because they relieve all the pressure, send the ball cross all the way half, and then they have chances to reunion and relieve the pressure. And now they have the possession. I like that. I like the performance so far from the University of Chicago. The Maroons is playing so well so far.
So a header off of, looks like that was Max Lopez who headed that one away, and they got a breakout. That's Alex Bessel once again. Looks like it'll clip off of him. Go for a goal kick for Hilbonen. But definitely Alex Bessel has been a kind of a fireball and a spark for this offense for the Spartans. Him and Darmstadter as well.
I will say a headache. It's a headache because, look, now they changed the formations. They have another two, and a line of 4. So they put another 4 players in a block in midfield, and the Maroons must be doing some changes to transform that defensive into an offensive opportunity.
So Isaiah Holquist will go back to get that one and deliver a deep boot in there for Max Lopez, and Max Lopez just kicks that one high into the sky, and smart play from Nathan Ekberg just to clear that one out of the way and resolve any danger at the moment. So Schofield with the throw-in to Max Lopez, and Max Lopez taken down. No call on that play. Play resumes. Josh Schofield with the ball deep on the deep inside the Spartan territory on the near side. So Schofield will throw it again as it went off of Rademacher. The ball works its way back to Schofield, and Schofield goes for the kick, and good play from Capitosto to just Capitosto. Fine play there. And another throw-in. That one will be by Isaiah Holquist. And a nice play in there from Max Lopez and Schofield over to Isaiah Holquist. And looks like that'll be an offside call as the flag was up from the far side line judge. So 15-18 left to go here in the first half. 0-0 is still your score. Alex Reed alongside Sergio Venegas, my soccer insider for today.
Oh, well. So far, what I see is going to be one game from the Maroons, and the Spartans just taking or waiting for one mistake of the Maroons. And you can see in the bench, there is a guy warming up, so we got a, I don't know, in 5 minutes we got a first substitution, I think. I'm guessing because I see it's getting warm. Oh, my God. How?
Well, then. You talk about a bareback substitution. That's a bareback substitution.
But it's going to be check-in number 14 for the Maroons.
That'll be a foul on Max Lopez. Just a little bit too much contact with the leg. Going for the ball, though, so no discipline will be required.
Nate Johnson waiting for check-in. Let's see who is going to check out. But so far, you see now the Spartans is moving to the domain of the territory of the Maroons, and it's going to be sending far away.
And that one headed away skillfully by Schofield.
This is it.
And there's a good break out there, and Adeosun has got some running room. He pops that one up for Max Lopez, just a bit too far out of the way, and Lopez takes a big head bounce on the head, and he smacks his head down on the turf, and he's back up quick, but my goodness, he took quite a smack to the back of the head there from the turf as he fell over on that slide attempt to try to retain possession, but wasn't a very good ball forward from Lopez, and I believe that was Lopez who put it forward, and the Spartans are on a quick counterattack here. Great play. Fantastic slide tackle from Nick Capitosto. Beautiful play there, and a nice header there from Schofield, and Adeosun just plays that one forward, and a smart kick out just by Schofield. So we will have a couple substitutions for the Maroons here with 13 minutes left to go in the first half for you here at the University of Chicago.
Renato Corhi, but let me tell you something. We see two defensive plays consecutive, one from the Spartans, another from the Maroons, and now so far the pressure from the Spartans over the Maroons is so tight, putting a lot of pressure, and they got a breakaway. It's going to 3 against 2.
Breakaway for Matthew Coe, and Coe is still going, and he works it around a couple of defenders. Beautiful, beautiful ball handling skills there, and Adeosun has the ball, and that one's booted away. Holquist will retain possession. Back over to Matthew Coe, and Coe delivers a deep one into the box. Headed away skillfully by the back line. And another play up for grabs. Scott Lick is over there on that side to check, but that ball will go out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for the Maroons. Got a couple of substitutions now. Nate Johnson and Renato Corgi are in, taking out Josh Schofield and Adeosun.
Now you can see the flag. Now the wind is blowing from left to right, but now it's stopping. I don't see the wind is going to be a factor. No, it started blowing again. So it's going against the Maroons, so it's pointless just start shooting because the ball is going to be stopping with the shot. And now here comes the Spartan with the pressure recovering in midfield. And it's going to launch his number 9, right? It's always...
Yeah, Alex Bessel has played quite a good game here so far, really causing a headache for the back line. And, just over the post there, delivered a deep ball from the Spartans. So Hilbonen will have a goal kick, but, a little bit of a headache there for the Maroons as Hilbonen lines up to boot that one away deep.
See now, the Maroons is going to split the ball, not relieving the pressure. If you're playing short, you have the possession and you don't need to do this. And see how the ball is stopping for the windy blow. And now the Spartans putting a lot of pressure. And here it goes.
And again. A beautiful ball up from Max Lopez. And Isaiah Holquist with the ball, and he's still got the ball. He centers one into the box for Max Lopez. That one goes off of Max Lopez. So Holquist will recover. Back over to Nate Johnson, and Nate Johnson will play one into the box. Over to Max Lopez, and Lopez will run the ball down, kick it back to his back line. Pop that one up for Capitosto. And Capitosto is still on the move. Over to Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe, deep inside Spartan territory, will deliver that one over to Max Lopez. Back over to Matthew Coe, and Matthew Coe will skillfully keep the ball, deliver one into the box, and just missed the head of, I believe that was Max Lopez, and then a shot from Nate Johnson just outside of that near crossbar. So a break for Boyle as that shot was missed, and a header just not quite enough off of Max Lopez, but a couple of good opportunities there from the Maroons.
But you see Max Lopez barely touch the ball. If there is somebody communicate, say, I'm behind, they got to clearly hit it, and maybe we're calling the first goal. 10 minutes remaining, 9 minutes 33 seconds remaining, still no goals. Everybody says this is a boring game. No, that means it's been a work. Why? Because the midfield is a lot of traffic over there, and the University of Chicago has a lot of chances. Unfortunately for them, the goalkeeper or goaltender, I'm going to call you, Boyle, stopped all the possibilities for the Maroons so far.
So that ball will work its way back out of bounds. Nearest Maroon, it's Scott Lick, and a couple more substitutions coming in.
Tommy Tenuta.
Yeah, Tommy Tenuta for one, and then Panos Voulgaris for the other. Coming out is Isaiah Holquist. Give him a nice quick breath, and I believe that's Matthew Coe coming out as well. So a lot of the offense coming out so far for the Maroons, and a couple of really good players coming off the bench, and I really like the name Voulgaris, don't you?
Yeah, and watch. The first ball he touched almost get results to getting the pass in the middle of the box. And now you can see the Maroons putting a lot more pressure on the side of the Spartans. Let's see how they relieve.
They've got some fresh bodies out there.
Yeah.
That'll help really push the Spartans close, as the Spartans really haven't put anybody into the game yet. They're still on their original 11.
Yeah.
So a nice ball into the middle. Works its way over to, I believe that's Renato Corgi, delivers that one to Nate Johnson, and Johnson touches the ball around and into the box, and a nice touch pass there from Max Lopez, trying to get the rest of his team involved, and Capitosto will deliver the ball over to Scott Lick, and Scott Lick will keep it inbounds, and a nice ball in, but kicked away skillfully by the Spartans. 7:47 left to go here in this first half. No score still. That play will go back to Sam Drablos.
You know what happened? You see a line of 6 players. You know how you break that? With a shot. Amazing shot over the line, and then you must be forcing somebody go out and break it that line. Oh, my God.
So a potentially dangerous play, as Michael Ballack didn't realize that Drablos was really the last line of defense for the Maroons, and Max Lopez, skillful job just to keep the ball, deliver that one all the way over to the far side. So deliver a deep ball in, but nobody was home. That was Tommy Tenuta on that far side. Kind of tough to see that far, but get the numbers as soon as we can for you.
And you can see in the midfield the flag is down, but in the other one, the American flag is just blowing so hard. That means the wind is against the Maroons. And here comes a breakaway.
And a nice breakaway. And once again, Alex Bessel. And Bessel delivers the ball into the box. Deflected off of, looks like that was Sam Drablos who it deflected off of. So it will be a corner kick for the Spartans with 6.5 minutes left to go. A good chance and a couple of substitutions for the Spartans. Number 25. Selden Magruder, and number 12, Josh Wargo into the game for
Balog, number 13.
Looks like Michael Balog will be out of the game, and number 28, Connor Weber, will come out of the game as well for the Spartans. So a couple of fresh bodies in there for the Spartans, and a good chance, too, with a corner kick coming up.
Is the second corner kick of the power play over there. Look. Woo!
Fine header just to get the ball out of the box, and a fine slide tackle there from Renato Corgi, and the Maroons will just clear that ball. Played back in deep, headed away, all the way back to the middle of the field. And that ball played in deep. Scott Lick is the closest one, but that cross, I don't know if that was an intended cross or he was shooting for the goal. It looked like he was shooting for the goal. I believe that was number 23, Zachary Senft, with the shot.
It was a shot, but that was the perfect option. Bad performance, but it's still knocking. There is a response from the Spartans. So far, I'm going to see how the Maroons respond with that, because I seen when they attack from one side from the Maroons, here comes immediately the response from the Spartans. So I want to see if they have the same situation for the Maroons, and now they have a lot of pressure from the Spartans over the Maroons.
The ball was played up for Max Lopez, but it'll just wind up going back to the goalie, Boyle. So Boyle will play that one deep, not leaving the Spartan side. So the ball jostles around between teams. Step up there from Johnson, and a fine play there, too, just to alleviate some pressure. As that ball played in, Drablos will just head that one away with 4.5 minutes left to go here on the Maroons Broadcasting Network.
You know what I do? I will change my formation to get a diamond in the midfield to put in more pressure and helping the defenders, because now the Spartans taking a lot of pressure and there is miscommunication. Nobody says from behind. They're coming for you. And now the transition from the Maroons to defense to offense is not too smooth like there was in the beginning of the game.
So Capitosto will play it back and over to Nate Johnson, and Johnson will play that up for, looks like, Vulgaris running out on that left side, and he delivers one into the box and slowed down there over to Tenuta, but Tenuta just could not get any real handle on that ball. Capitosto will play it up, and it looks like that'll be a foul.
Yeah, it was. And this is a good opportunity because the ball is just in the middle. So if you have a lefty shooter or right shooter, you can put it on the angle. On the other game, in the other play, they take 1 second, and he can control correctly the ball, and that is why they steal the ball and clear away. But this is a good opportunity. It's like 22 yards. And number 6 going to take him over that one. He's a righty. So they put it 4 players. And if you see, the goalkeeper is nearest to the left side. So if they put it over the barrier, it's going to be impossible. If they dive, this is going to be the first one.
And that ball in from Capitasto, it ends up going over to Renato Corgi. But Corgi will play that one. That'll end up out of play. So it'll be another goal kick for Boyle.
I was expecting more for that play. Believe me.
2:46 left to go here in this first half. 0-0, still your score. Not for lack of trying, though. Plenty of shots. Couple of great goaltending plays from Hill Bonin and Calvin Boyle from both sides. Good goaltending typically leads to low-scoring games, so a nice play. Over to the far side around midfield. And that'll be a Chicago Maroons throw-in.
I couldn't see who was the last to touch it. It was so complicated for the ref.
And that was a beautiful ball in there from Lopez. Running out there is Tenuta. And back into Lopez. And Lopez will shoot the shot. And that one deflected. That one ricocheted. And probably lucky so. That might have gone over the head or over the goalpost. But tough deflection there. And Boyle with a great save.
What a luck. You did say a goalkeeper without luck is not a goalkeeper. And the shot remains amazing. It was stop it with some leg of the defender of the Spartans, and the rebound goes straight to the hands. So bad for the Maroons, but still putting so much trouble to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the Spartans are looking to counterattack here with only a minute and a half left to go here in this first half. They're really looking to attack. They're now deep in Maroon territory, and looks like it'll be another throw-in, and they're gonna try for a deep throw-in here. He's running, half the way down the field to go and toss that one in. Nice header away from the back line just to clear that one out of the box. And a fine play there from Tenuta, and Tenuta still has the ball, delivers that one up to Renato Corgi, and Corgi will find Tenuta. And it's a fine pass from Corgi with a minute left to go, and that ball, it looks like that'll be offside on the Maroons to alleviate any pressure.
No, the ball goes out. The ball goes out from the line, but you see how the transition was so fast from offensive to defensive from the Spartans. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I was expecting that the Maroons have the advantage and got a breakaway, and suddenly they have 5 players waiting for the Maroon player. That is so fast.
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround from the Spartans. They did a really good job of recovering there as Johnson plays that one forward. Looking for Panos Valgaris, and Valgaris...
That was a foul. They pushed with the arm. I don't know why the ref is not calling that.
Yeah.
And it's 12 seconds remaining on the first half.
10.
Well, you hear it.
And we've got just under 5 seconds here, and that'll do it for this first half, as we are now... Time has expired in this first half. 0-0 is your score between the Chicago Maroons and Case Western Reserve Spartans here at Amos Alonzo Stagg Field. A great first half, very competitive, a couple of fantastic shots saved by both goalies respectively.
Yep.
They did a really good job. What do you want to see here going into the second half to make this a score game?
Okay, first of all, there is a play called locker room goal. So I hope in the first 5 minutes nobody from the Maroons received that goal, because you're coming outside from the breakaway from halftime. But I want to see, instead of that, the pressure from the Maroons and how they make the adjustments. I will change my formation for 4-3-2 to another formation so much offensively, because they are now, the Spartans put a lot of pressure over you, so you must be doing something. The football is like a chess. You move in some piece, you must be expecting for the reaction. It's like that. So far, let's see how it goes.
So we'll definitely look for those adjustments.
Yep.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll take you back to the second half action. But this has been the first half of the University of Chicago Maroons, Alex Reed, along with Sergio Venegas, and we will be back to cover the second half here on the Maroons Broadcast Network. And we are back here at the University of Chicago on the Maroon Broadcast Network. I'm Alex Reed, alongside my cohort, Sergio Venegas, the soccer guru that I've had the pleasure of working with here today. Number 4, Chicago Maroons are taking on Case Western Reserve. And in that first half, the game's obviously 0-0. Coming in, we're about 30 seconds from play as both teams are making their final preparations to go out there, changing sides. Interesting first half. Neither team really got much momentum going. It was a lot of back and forth. A couple good chances from each team on some counterattacks. They got some good shots, but what do you want to see from both teams? What kind of adjustments do you think they made during halftime?
Okay, the Maroons, like I told you, they must be doing change of formation. Because that doesn't mean that they're making a bad game. They're making a good game. And now they're going to be attacking for left to right. And you can see the wind is blowing that direction. So you must be trying to try to shoot more from long distance to see what are the skills of bonding. And from the other side, the Spurs is making a lot of pressure. So this is what could happen. The worst panorama in this moment for the Maroons, it will be receiving a goal in less than 5 minutes because that calls a locker room goal. And it's complicated to coming from behind. And now the launches, I give you all the information after this game. Well, after this play.
So that ball will go out of bounds off of the Chicago Maroons, off of Matthew Coe. So the Spartans will retain possession. And that ball played forward. Well played there by Capitosto. And that ball will go to Josh Schofield. Schofield ahead to, I believe that's Holquist over there on that side. Played forward to Adeosun, but that ball will go out of bounds. So it'll be a University of Chicago throw-in.
Yeah, you know something? I see it's a lot of traffic on midfield, so what I request is like a chipping to the strikers instead of like passing in the midfield. And now the Spurs, well, it's not the Spurs, but it looks like the Spartans instead with both teams, they almost get the first opportunity. So what is the most important thing? If you remain the scoreless at the 5 minutes, you have chances to open from the other side. It could be for both teams like a locker room goal. It will be amazing. But now you see how the ball's moving from the wing, and it's going to be complicated for the defenders. And even I still don't like that splitting the ball. You must be playing shortly.
Do you think the wind favors the Maroons, or do you think it favors the Spartans going into it?
No, the Maroons, because the wind's blowing from left to right. So you must be trying to reach or shooting more to the ball that so far they only have one good stop with the hands, but the ball's going straight to the hands, and the other one just was reflected and just get it into the belly to be accurate. So far, the Maroons must be taking more risky. You're gonna get the biscuit, you get risky, right?
Both teams are probably going to press forward, and if the Maroons can get a goal, that means that the Spartans are going to play more up and more aggressive. So definitely see some counterattacks as the ball works its way to the far side around midfield. Both teams scramble for possession as the ball was intended for Adeosun. It ends up being an Abedian ball, and looks like Holquist had the ball taken away on a nice back cut, and the ball was into the box, headed away by Nathan Ekberg. That ball will be played forward to Capitosto.
Now you see there is no midfield at all. They have, when they attack, they put it like 5 players on defensive. Look, there is a line over there, and the defenders just remain only 2 in behind. So if they got a breakaway, it's going to be complicated because the Spartans will be attacking permanently with 1 player on their line number 45, on the yard 45 and C. Now the transition, you can see like a square over there of the defense of the Maroons, but the Spartans is not throwing in so far. It's taking the time.
So Johnson will remain in the game, as well as Stacy Ryman in there on the back line with Sam Drablos. And that ball forward, and just kicked out of the reach. So Abedian will go up to check, but the Spartans will retain possession. That ball played forward, and it's a beautiful ball forward, and pretty well played there. And it looks like that'll be a foul called on the Spartans. Looks like the initial attack was pretty well played. They sealed. It looks like Zachary Senft. They did a good job of sealing Senft off in front of the goal, and then he tugged a little bit too much on the jersey. So,
but there was miscommunication between Bonin and the defender. They say mine, and they kick it away. If something will be have a rebound over there, it wasn't an easy shot, and the clear of the goalie will be the first one. So you must be taking care of that mistakes at this time. With the running clock, and
a nice little breakaway. That's that's Rademacher, who came up forward, and he kicks it off. So that will be a Spartans corner kick. That'll be the first corner kick for the Spartans in the second half. What do you want to
third? The entire third. But you see now, they put somebody in the penalty point, and now I don't see anybody's bothering the goalkeeper, but everybody's moving outside the box nearest to that one. So the effect is going to be inside. So if somebody just touch it, we'll be calling the first goal. And with 40 minutes remain.
Do you think somebody's going to dash into the box?
Yep.
I could see that. And that's where it was, headed away skillfully by Drablos. So it will work its way out, and another ball into the box, but it will be out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick. Not a good cross attempt there from the far side for the Spartans. 39 minutes left to go. 39 minutes and 50 seconds here in the second half. Still a scoreless game, as it's a goal kick for Hilbonen. You're listening to the Maroons Broadcast Network.
And you can see on the bench of the Spartan there is somebody warming up. I can't see who is it because they have the completely pants on. And now there's opportunity for the Maroons that put in a lot of pressure, and they clear away by the Spartans.
And that'll be a throw-in, it looks like, for Matthew Coe. Coe on the near side in deep Spartan territory. He'll throw it in for Adeosun, and that one will be kicked out once again. So another Coe throw-in.
But you can see the Spartans putting 5 players lines, making so complicated all the attempts for the...
And a pretty play forward, and what a beautiful kick ahead by Lopez into the box. And that ball kept down by Obedian, and Lopez once again into the box. Adeosun attempted to kick it over. He was looking for Nate Johnson, but he whiffed on the ball. So another counterattack. Not enough numbers, though, for the Spartans. So the Maroons will retain possession, and they'll cross across the midfield line. They lost the ball, though, so the Spartans will retain possession as they look to counterattack. And once again, Alex Bessel leads the charge for this team. Now Connor Weber's got the ball, and he delivers a cross into the box. He was looking for Michael Ballig, but Ballig could not get any head on that ball, so it'll go out of bounds without a deflection. So the Maroons will get a goal kick here.
Actually, he was trying to control the ball, but like the turf doesn't know how to get a bounce, that is why they're going far away from his foot. On the other side, I see like the ball's going into the hand, and the referee doesn't call a penalty maybe. And now the Spartans' whole bench is warming up. That is not typical that the whole team, even the goaltender or the goalkeeper, is warming up.
Could possibly be for some deception, not just to try to mix it up so you don't know who exactly is getting hot for the team. That's a beautiful ball in for Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe gets into the box and he dribbles around. He shoots. Oh, he just missed the far side. He beat Boyle on that far side. He was looking for it, and that ball just did miss that far post.
You see what did he do? He do a bicycle, then he move it with the right side, and then just shoot it, trying to chip or touches the other post, put it so far from the goalkeeper that even he dives, it will be enough, and then we'll be calling the first goal. I like that skills, when they do that dribble to the right, was amazing. And finally, I see the response from the Maroons in this second half.
Skillful play from Matthew Coe, and that was textbook striking there. As a nice little back check from Schofield, but he got, it looks like a bit too much on that, so a foul will be assessed.
I don't know if they call it a foul. It's going to throw in. Oh, they call it a foul. I don't see the ref doing the indication, like raising the arm saying it's a foul, or maybe the line referee.
I assumed with the amount of contact that Schofield made with the guy in the back, but still no discipline handed out in this game. Headed away by Abedian. And that'll be Adeosun who delivers that ball out to Max Lopez, but it'll dribble a little bit too far for him, so it'll be a Spartan throw-in on the far side of the field. 36-13 left to go here in the second half. Still no score.
I finally see some weakness on the defense of the Spartan on that move with Cole doing the perfect choice and doing the perfect election to shoot.
And a nice ball in there. Beautiful pass from Connor Weber, and that'll be a centering pass, and Hill Bonin punches that one away. Looks like that'll be a foul assessed to the Spartans. Yeah, and it looks like he was tugging on the jersey, made some upper body contact, so they'll award a foul.
Actually, what
and
happens
a goal kick.
On the small box, the goalkeeper is untouchable. So they jump with the striker and just touch it body to body. So what is the calling? And you can see the bench say, come on, ref, they don't touch it. But they know that you can touch the goalkeeper inside. And that is a good decision. Finally, I see that it's not splitting the ball. And you can see it starting the offensive from the back. And now they have the control. This is going to be a good option if they can cross midfield.
Josh Schofield with the throw-in here on the far side. He'll look to throw it across his end, get into Spartan territory, and he does. Beautiful throw in there, and oh, he just did miss a runner for Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe delivers in, and he delivers the ball in for Johnson, and Johnson centers the ball, but it'll be played up, headed back to Adeosun, and Adeosun kicks it off to Matthew Coe, and a big shot there, just deflected off. Abedian with a beautiful shot there. But deflected off of the back line. So the Maroons will retain possession, and that one deflected all the way back. So the Maroons will recover. They'll play a deep ball in, looking for Adeosun.
It's offside.
Not tall enough.
No,
and just a little bit too squirmy
on the other one,
on that
you
play.
see that kind of move they call scissors. Well, that's a translation, but it's tijera in Spanish. And I like that, but you see the ball's going once again to the arm, or maybe to the forearm, so they could be calling a second penalty that the referee is not calling at all. That's what I saw. I don't know if the referee want to call it or they want to call it.
So the Spartans have another good possession in there, and Sam Drablos, I believe that'll be a foul on Sam Drablos, pushing out of the way. Or no, it looks like they'll just call it a throw-in, and a high kick from Sam Drablos. So it'll be another throw-in for the Spartans.
But you see the game is one side attacking, the other side the response. So it's going to be one-on-one coming back and forward for both teams. And I like that on this game. And finally, I see the referee is doing a proper calling instead of two questionable callings about penalties. But it's complicated to be a ref, right?
Absolutely. Nobody wins. You can't please everybody as a referee. So that ball will roll off of Nate Johnson. Actually, they called it off of the Spartans. So the Maroons will hold it for a second and then played forward by the Spartans. That one headed up, but kicked skillfully away to about the midfield mark. Max Lopez is there trailing around, but Rademacher there, and taken away by Matthew Coe, and that ball played forward, and well received by the Spartans. Number 21, Christian Little, with a great defensive play there to nullify any danger. And that ball will be played to about the midfield mark. Adeosun with the ball, and he was looking for Max Lopez. Max Lopez wasn't ready for that, and he's got a runner there, but he's offsides. Just could not stay offsides.
You know, one of the rules of the defenders is if you're going to clear away the ball, never to the center, always to the side. Because if you're giving the clear away to the center, you give you the chances like the strikers just shoot it like luckily, and they got a first goal. And this offside was good calling because there was just little bit in front of the defender, but must be playing on the edge for the Maroons. So that's going to be the play. Try to get it or redeem that offside far.
Now, would you call an offside run? It's more about staying disciplined and trying to look where the referee is. As a beautiful header there from Max Lopez over to Matthew Coe, and Matthew Coe looks to make a move. He dekes to the defender, and a beautiful cross into the middle. And he did get a header on that, but not enough contact, and it wasn't a great angle for that shot. Pretty play there from Isaiah Holquist just to nullify anything, but a beautiful play there into the middle.
Do you have a lost and found here?
Do I have a lost and found? I don't know why.
Because that defender must be going and look his waist. Come on. They break the waist so badly. They make him look so bad. But I like the way they shoot, and now this putting a lot of pressure over the Spartans. And really, really good performance from the Maroons so far. And you say about the upside, I think it's get focus, because if you lose the focus, you're going to be given the opportunity like the Spurs is taking the Spartans. So sorry.
You watch too much soccer,
sir. Yeah, but they look like they have the uniform.
Yeah, they really do. No, I really think that it's so much about staying disciplined with that, really staying on side. You know where the guy, where that line judge is. It's so tantalizing to get that extra step and to really get a good advantage as the ball is headed around a couple times. And you saw Max Lopez run back to where the line is, and sliding attempt there from Matthew Coe with a loose ball, but.
Funny you call that, but you see, it was a synchronization. They was unsynchronized. That is why almost get Lopez to score the first one. And now they're recovered by the Maroons in the midfield. The midfield is the most complicated part so far on this game. It's too much traffic, too much physical, and now you must be trying to avoid that part.
Now the Spartans are looking, and a great ball into the box there, and a nice play there from Hill Bonin just to cover that one up, but a beautiful run into the box there by the Spartans.
20 minutes remaining on this second half, and it's still zeros, but that doesn't mean the game have opportunities. Both teams have opportunities, but unfortunately for both, they couldn't be accurate to start or open this score.
That's 29-26 now. It's left to go here in the second half. Still no score, but a plethora of opportunities. As a deep ball from Ryman will go in. And he was looking for Isaiah Holquist, but Holquist didn't quite have the hops to get there. So it'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Back to Christian Little. And that ball turned over in the midfield. Matthew Coe stepped up at a beautiful ball into the box for Adeosun. And he had nobody running with him. Adeosun just didn't see a cutter there. And he probably should have shot that ball. He had a good angle at it.
It was a center, but they put a lot of trinitrolotueno, that is TNT, on the power. And guess what? If somebody tried to hit that one, will be knocked out because it was so hard. And I told you, if you are a defender, never rebound to the middle. There was a mistake or miscommunication on the defense of the Spartans. Recovery is so good by the offensive of the Maroons and almost translating the first goal. I like that it's coming back and forward for both teams, but it's like Bill Nader, so hard because you don't know what's going to expect or what's going to happen. So I think will be a good deal for both teams to get a tie, but I want the Maroons win on this one because they're making the effort so far.
Yeah, I would like to see the Maroons pick this up. They've been probably the more skillful of the two teams. The Spartans have done a really good job playing defense, playing back, and really letting the Spartans, or the Maroons, attack them. 27-42 left to go here in this second half. You're listening to the University of Chicago men's soccer here on the Maroon Broadcast Network. I'm Alex Reed alongside Sergio Venegas.
Yeah.
I was about to go into a little, Sergio,
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
Don't worry. I was,
You can call me Serge. It's fine by me. Don't worry.
Well, I like Sergio. I personally like Sergio. It's a killer name, man.
Yeah, well,
I wish I could have a name like that. I got stuck with Alex Reed.
Well, you got a famous player like Alex Rodriguez on the sports.
That's true. My uncle called me A-Rod when I was growing up, so that's fair enough. As a beautiful step in by number 22, Rademacher, and a nice play just from Hill Bonin just to pick that ball up. A little trouble brewing once again, and a couple substitutions are going to be coming in with 26-47 at the next dead ball. That's Renato Corgi.
Yep.
And number 26, Brian Wu, coming into the game for the Spartans. Renato Corgi coming in for your Chicago Maroons.
I like the reaction of Bunny. So accurate, so on time on the date. They was purposely caught that opportunity so good on that appointment that I like.
So Daleson still has the ball. And a nice little play there just to move that forward. He was looking for Matthew Coe, but well played by the Spartan defense. And a couple of touch passes there and a header forward. Number 9, my goodness, Alex Bessel has facilitated almost the entire offense, and that looks like it's a foul and
first yellow card? No, I think we're gonna call it yellow card.
It looked like he was slowing down a little bit, so not entirely sure what the referee wanted to call there, but it'll be a simple free kick. He got enough of the ball, and he was going for the ball contact there, so it'll be a simple free kick.
Watch this. This is a tricky one because number 23 can just barely try to make a center, but sending to the goalkeeper.
Oh, and it wasn't a bad cross there from Zachary Senft. Just didn't have really anybody there, so that'll go for a goal kick for Hill Bonin, and kind of seems like the Spartans are getting a lot of opportunities out of this.
And here comes the substitution, checking out number 12 by the Spartan, George Wargo, and from the Maroons,
Andrea
number 8.
Bedian will be checking out for the Maroons.
And once again, you can see the bench of the Spartans all warming up, and you don't know who's coming in for the Spartans.
Well headed away, or well headed up, and Matthew Coe's on the run. It looks like he's onside too, and Zachary Coe with a beautiful mid. Oh. That was a great centering play from Coe. Or Matthew Coe, not Zachary Coe. My apologies. And another shot. Oh, just a little bit high from Max Lopez. My goodness, that was some skill, though. He was able to settle the ball down and then kick a little bit across his body, and he just missed a little bit too high.
This is what it happens. The shot, it was good. Unfortunately, he must be waiting just the ball going a little more down and just smashing the way that he do it. And you can see they put it just the top of the boot, and that is why they're going up, and they hit the crossbar, but the football field. So it's 9, 3 points on this case, but I like that the skills. They do the perfect choice. It doesn't perform very well. It was out of balance, but the Maroons is still no. My God.
That's a no call. Oh, my goodness. Both players made a lot of contact, but we will play through this as Rademacher moves the ball up. And a little miscommunication, it almost looks like, but Matthew Coe, once again, a little bit of contact, but no call necessary. Max Lopez on an onside run. Well played, well defended by Christian Little, who has checked Max Lopez here tonight, and he's done a fine job on defense.
Yeah, but you know, that touch or that hit, take it off your focus or your concentration, and that is what happens. They couldn't decide to pass or to give away all the ball.
Well, I'm not going to complain about that too much. That slide tackle from Nate Johnson easily could have been called. There was a lot of contact there, but the refs let that one go. So I'm okay with a little bit of physical contact. It was enough contact to possibly kick Matthew Coe off of his stride as a ball comes in, and a ball for the Spartans comes in, and he tried to get enough of his body turned around to get a kick on net, but that ball will be a simple goal kick there for Hill Bonin. A lot of opportunities coming in here, and a lot for the Spartans.
Okay, I think you saw too much Premier League. They have so much physical. I don't like that.
No,
because they get off your focus, and you must be getting play. They could the skills or the ability of the player just to physical. I don't like to be physical. I like to see some skills, some drills, or dribbles.
You know, in American sports, there's so much physicality, like rugby, international sports.
But
there are a lot
this is soccer.
Yeah, this is soccer. I mean, it is more of a finesse game, but I don't mind it being a little physical. I mean, you know, in American football, we're beating each other's brains out. So, you know, we're trying to kill each other apparently. So
you have helmets, and that's the purpose of the game.
Well,
smashing defense and offense. And this one's supposed to be scoring goals, and see now they have no ball and they have a contact that I don't like that, because in the next one you're gonna hit harder and maybe you get an injury from the other player not on purpose.
It definitely needs to be limited because.
Yeah.
But a beautiful ball in for Matthew Coe, who stays on side, and he's been very aggressive. And what a beautiful pass! What a fantastic pass! He put the perfect amount of touch on there, and Lopez with a great opportunity there. What a beautiful pass!
And we have two more substitutions from the Maroons. Number 7 checking Tommy Tenuta, and number 16. Panos Bulgaris waiting to get into the field, and the ball's going out. So let's see. And
Selden Magruder is coming in.
Yeah. So
couple substitutions will be made.
I like what you're saying about the contact, but you must be starting calling that one.
Matthew Coe's coming out of the game, and Isaiah Holquist is coming out of the game as well for the Maroons.
And Alex Besil from the Spartans is on the bench.
Man.
That is a good relief for the Maroons,
actually,
it's been a headache for the defense.
Yeah, he's probably been the best player for the Spartans here today. There's a lot of contact, and that'll be a foul called. Going for the ball, so no discipline necessary there.
Yeah, but on that one, you could be twisting your ankle. What is the point of that? Getting injury on a I don't say dumb play, but you must be taking care of that. What is a fair play? That's what I'm saying, fair play. That's the main purpose of the soccer, regulated by the FIFA. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been playing this game a long time, so almost a professional player in Mexico. So, I don't like that kind of game because I know how to get an injury easily on the other player because you can hit them and say, it wasn't my fault. And it's not the part of the game. That is not the real.
I mean, it is left up to the sideline judge's discretion, though, to make those calls, what is fair, what is not. And that's where the implementation of cards comes in. And that looks like it'll be a foul on Tommy Tenuta will be called with the foul there. He was a little bit too aggressive on Connor Weber. So it'll be a free kick here for the Spartans, and number 22, Jack Rademacher, will take this free kick. 19:28 left to go here in the second half. Still a 0-0 score. Here on the Maroons Broadcast Network, I'm Alex Reed alongside Sergio Venegas. Now, what were you about to say, Sergio, with this play?
You see that number 25, Selden Magruder, looks like Crocs. You remember that player from that's so tall? What I tell you. You must be starting calling that stuff, avoiding injuries. I was telling to you
that's Sam Drablos on the field, by the way. With he's the player down, and he's up good. Yeah, he's all right. He's a little gimpy. He's a little ginger on that.
And I was calling that player like Crouch. You know that player from United Kingdom. He has the record on the Premier League from more goals scored with the head. So you can see the high difference, and they're calling that you want to stop that, showing the first yellow card to avoid that kind of situation. They fell down. What if they twisted their ankle?
Did they show a yellow card on that play? No? Okay. They're just having a little bit of a conversation over there.
But what is the point of that? You must be prevent it was enough, first yellow card, and they will be overturned. We're done. We're not doing more physical.
That's the limit. Let's take it a step back. Well, that's kind of the funny part. With no discipline out there, there's really no the players don't know what the limit is on the amount of contact. So I understand why you need to set those boundaries early and often. I mean, you'd hate to give yellow cards out, just for the heck of it. But good play there for Vulgaris. And it's a little bit of head ball as the ball works its way. And Boyle in the net will take that one. And he'll slow it down a little bit with 18:40 left to go. 0-0 is still your score here as Boyle for the Spartans will kick that one high. And my goodness, high into the wind, too.
Yeah, and stop it by the wind.
It's a surprising idea.
That?
Yeah, that was a rough landing. And Adeoson made a lot of contact there, no call. And that one kicked away skillfully by Sam Drablos just to clear that one. And a little bit of contact there. And that ball will go back to the middle of the field, intended for Deo Adeoson. And that ball moved forward. Tommy Tenuta with the ball, and looks like that ball was intercepted. Well played there from Ryman just to clear that one away. That ball come up to Nate Johnson.
Here comes the skill.
And there's Max Lopez with a high floater there, and a little bit of contact. That'll be a foul on Adeosun. A little bit too much upper body contact.
Yeah, but that is consistent. In the midfield, they have the same situation, and the ref doesn't call it. Yeah. And now this one, with the Maroons have the opportunity to get an offensive play, they call it against them. So you must be balanced that kind of calls. And you know something? When you are offensive, you want to create your space to get ahead. You open your elbows. In that one, you can smash somebody when you open that space. If the referee doesn't call it,
shot in the face.
Yeah, that's what I don't like that kind of play. But it's regulated. It's valid because you open the space, but that is a tricky one.
I remember watching a game where Bastian Schweinsteiger got hit in the head with an elbow, and he's playing, blood's gushing down his nose, and he's still out there, trying to compete. But it was kind of the same situation where the guy kind of swung his elbow around. And
do you remember Eric Winalda? When they had an elbowing on the World Cup of '94 here in the United States by the Brazilian guy, just knock it away and get it into the outside, knock it out. We try to avoid that. That is not the good fair play. I'm just putting reference because it's been physical.
Absolutely, and it could very easily. I mean, there's a good chance of injuries happen when, especially with an elbow, the amount of the amount of power that they put with elbows and the face is a delicate part. So that'll be a foul called on the Maroons. So this is kind of a dangerous area for the Spartans. They could take advantage of this here with about 16 and
the number 24 is the highest one. So I put it on that side to try to just chip the ball, touch it, and put it the first goal. But it's too far to straight shot. So I think they're going to move to the center, to the penalty kick.
Do you think you could bend it in around that line? And it looks like that's what they're doing, but it clipped off of the wall that was created. So the Spartans will retain possession. That's Brian Wu over there on that side, and what a beautiful play there just to clear it, and that'll be Tenuta around there and recovered by Christian Little. So Little to Boyle, back to Little, and Little work the ball forward.
And on the side for the Maroons is waiting number 8, Andre Abedian, number 10, that is Matthew Cole, and number 13, that is Isaiah Holkis to chip in. And now
big of substitutions. Matthew Coe is obviously the big one that they want to, and a fourth substitution is coming up as well. Looks like Scott Lick will be coming back into the game as well. So a mass substitution move here.
Sometimes it's not good because you don't have the timing of the game, so it's gonna take it a little.
Well, several of these guys, I believe everybody has played that is coming into the game.
Not on this moment. Like they're trying to clear that pressure that the Spartans is making on this moment. So you come in like saying cold instead of being a part of the game.
It'll take you a little bit to warm up and get associated with the game. But I like this string of substitutions. The Spartans really haven't used much of any substitutions. A lot of contact there
from behind.
Yeah,
that is not calling it.
And that one will go back to Hilbonen, and Hilbonen will just boot that one away.
Nice.
Your goaltender. And a beautiful header there from Max Lopez, but Adeosun was not far enough out, so Boyle will just handle this one.
They can say to Lopez, you're alone, control it, turn around, and then give it the pass, and they maybe have the first one.
He really is being unselfish. Yeah. I like the way that Lopez has played. He really hasn't been trying to score goals in these last couple of games I've been able to watch. He looks like he's really trying to get out there and get some passes to his teammates and really work some assists. So we got a mass substitution here. Andre Abedian in, Scott Lick, Isaiah Holquist, and Matthew Coe will be coming in. Tommy Tenuta will be coming out. That's Nate Johnson coming out as well. Dio Adeosun will be coming out, as well as Panos Vulgaris.
Okay. This is the most worry thing. When you get it to the 10 minutes remaining, they will be complicated for both teams. Any mistake will be the difference on this game. And you don't have enough time to tie this one. So
Schofield works that on the far side. Lopez with a nice ball ahead. He was looking for Isaiah Holquist, who just came back into the game. And the Maroons retain possession, headed forward. Great back strip there. And a great job holding the ball and really nice play there, just to hold on to it, but Capitosto plays it from the middle. The Maroons retain possession. That ball going up for Matthew Coe, headed forward. So Scott Lick is the closest Maroon there, and he'll pop the ball forward. He's looking for Max Lopez. And Max Lopez actually recovers the ball. Well, he whiffed on it, and a beautiful pass there. Matthew Coe with a nice runner, and he's been so dangerous from this side, and the ball comes in, and a great save there from Boyle, Calvin Boyle, with a nice play to
nice
get rid
hands.
of.
Nice
yeah,
hands.
Great hands. It's such an underrated part of the goalie, but hands are so important. 12:09 left to go here in this second half. Still 0-0 on the Maroon Broadcast Network, and that was quite a bit of contact, so that'll be a foul called.
And here comes
still no discipline.
Here comes Alex Bessel waiting for the Spartans. So I don't know if they call it that is a bad news for the Maroons or a good news for the Spartans. I don't know.
Well, I think a little bit of both, honestly. Alex Bessel has been, I believe, the only substitute in this game so far for the Spartans. The guy who came in for Alex Bessel has been the only guy. But what a goal! What a goal from the Spartans! They needed that one. What a beautiful shot there. That's number 25, Selton Magruder, with a beautiful cross.
Okay, I give it this to the attempt for the player, but the mistake is for the goalkeeper that he was a little off and they couldn't do something like 2 steps and then try to launch it and touch it with the hand. It was a shot that nobody expects. That's what I told you. Less than 10 minutes and the pressure is on the Maroons because nobody expect that kind of shot. Even the guy that do that shot is looking like
he was a little surprised.
And you can see the Spartan bench, and now he's substituted. Come on, that is bad luck. No way.
Take the guy who just scored the goal off.
And they put it the number 9 in.
Yeah.
So now the pressure. This is what you're going to do. You must. It doesn't matter losing by 1, by 2. So you're going to do more risky things. And this moment, you
got to take some more chances, which is what I'd like to see as Capitosto dribbles the ball up, and it'll be a foul called on the Spartans.
And you see the referee saying that they're giving an elbow, so showing some card to avoid that kind of shots.
All right, so this is a good opportunity here for the Maroons, and a nice ball delivered into the box and up for Matthew Coe, and he gets a head on it, but not quite enough. Calvin Boyle will settle that one down. That was a fantastic pass to work it up to Matthew Coe. Just couldn't get enough of his head on it to make a legit head shot out of that one. So a good opportunity there for the Maroons, but well played by the Spartans and Boyle.
Now, you must be get focused. Come on, run. Oh, my God. They must be having more legs on that one. And then there will be...
Beautiful play up for Capitosto, but he would have been offsides had he touched it. So Boyle will just pick up the ball as Lopez comes down to force Boyle to make the play.
2 substitutions coming. One from the Spartans, number 12, Josh Wargo, and from the Maroons, number 17, Dayo Adesun. So far, I think you must be risky. You don't have anything to lose anymore. You're losing by 1. So let's see if we can tie the game. And you deserve this tie because the Maroons is playing so good so far.
And the Spartans with the counterattack here. Pretty ball into the box. Well played by the Spartans. And looks like Josh Schofield will recover the possession on a cross attempt that really didn't find a Spartan out there. So this is an important 9 minutes here for the Maroons. They've really got to make something happen. And a beautiful play there from Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe. He's got it. And he's tripped down.
No way. What? It was a penalty.
They said no penalty on that play.
What is the bar?
In the box. That was in the box. That probably would have been a penalty shot, I'd imagine.
Well, you don't imagine. It was a penalty. You know, there's a bar.
Well, but a penalty shot, though.
Virtual assist repetition will be help you, but on this instance, we don't have that. And it was a penalty on Hoho. I disagree with the calls from the referee. I can't believe that. They still in the tie. I don't like that. 8 minutes, 35 seconds remaining.
It was a great opportunity there for the Maroons. Matthew Coe is so explosive. When he gets into the box, he's tall, he's quick, and he's got great handles with his feet. So this will be a throw-in for the Maroons, who are looking to get back with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go here in the second half on the Maroon Broadcast Network. This is do or die time here for the Chicago Maroons. Ooh. And that'll be another throw-in for the Maroons. A questionable call.
Oh, no questionable.
Well, no. Unfortunately, there wasn't a call in it, so it will have to be unquestionable. But Matthew Coe, once again, who's so crafty, and what a great save there from Boyle. Fantastic shot once again by Matthew Coe. He has been an explosive offensive weapon out there, and he forced Boyle to make another fantastic save. So 7.5 minutes left to go here for the Maroons. They've had a couple of opportunities to tie this game up.
Coe is a step up for the team, and you can see the coach Mike Babst a little upset they don't call that penalty. Everybody saw that. That penalty is the size of the stadium. Come on, ref.
Yes, I agree with you on that. There was a lot of contact on that questionable call. Again, you put that referee in there to make a 50-50 call on that decision, and it's tough.
Even our producer, Ryan Fahey, that doesn't know too much of soccer, so that say he's upset, say that is a penalty, and I'm agree finally with him on the first time.
So it looks like that'll be a foul on, I believe that's a foul on, I'm not sure. It looks like a yellow card on Dio Adeo-san. So that's the first discipline of the game, goes to the Maroons. And my goodness, if I was Mike Babst, I would be livid right now with the turn of events after a penalty shot that was not called. A potential penalty shot that could have tied the game.
That's perfect. That's what I don't like. That the referee is taking the importance of the game, not the players. 6 minutes, 55 seconds remaining on the second half, and we see the first yellow card that it wasn't so sure for me that it was a yellow card.
Absolutely, and honestly, the one that wasn't called was probably more flagrant than the one that was called. There was a lot of contact. I mean, here's the thing. They let a lot of contact go from Adeo-san, so it was only a matter of time. You got to think that it was before Adeo-san was going to get nicked with that. He had a couple of mid-air collisions earlier in the game that they let go, so maybe they told him that that was his last warning, and he had to straighten up, and he used up too many of his lives out there, so it'll be a yellow card for Adeo-san. But the Maroons are still on the counterattack. Adeo-san settles the ball down, and he centers one into the box, but nobody was there. And the ball is still loose. Looks like Max Lopez had it for a second, but well taken away by the Spartans and the Maroons. Josh Schofield is really the lone guy back for the Maroons, and I believe they got Ryman back all the way. But those are the only two guys really playing on the Maroons side of the field. All the rest of the guys are up on the Spartans' end of the field as Matthew Coe receives the ball, and he makes a beautiful move and another run for the box. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Max Lopez. I don't think Adeo-san saw it, though. He didn't get enough. He didn't see that. He didn't realize that pass was going to come in. And oh, my goodness, what a beautiful feed there from Lopez.
Oh.
And it looks like...
Yeah, they finally called that one.
They did, in fact, call a foul.
And you know something funny? The number 25, Sheldon Magruder, that is the guy that scored the goals from the Spartans, is already put it on the jacket and the pants, and I think it's not coming back. So for me, it's like I do my play or whatever you're going to call it. I heard the other team. I'm done. And just see the rest. And this is going to happen. All the Spartans...
Senft is about to check into the game for the Spartans on the next dead ball.
This could be the huge one because see, everybody's on the side of the box, and they kind of send in just one player in the penalty point, and this is going to good option. And now what, ref? What's going to do?
No clock is running here.
No, but they maybe...
So about 5 minutes, and it looks like they're going to tell the Spartans to move back a couple of feet there. So this is do or die time here for the Maroons with less than 5 minutes left, and a beautiful cross into the box, and it scores! That's the equalizer! What a goal!
I told you.
What a goal from Max Lopez from Deo Adeosun.
But see, the coach says, come on, go back, go back. We don't want that deserve the tide. And I like the way he jumps, and they just put it ahead with the forward and just barely touch it, put it so far from the goalkeeper. They deserve the tide.
Such a beautiful cross, and Boyle had no shot to save that play. What a beautiful pass from Dio Adeosun to Max Lopez for the equalizer. 1-1 here at Amos Alonzo Stagg Field here in University of Chicago.
Well,
Chicago, Illinois, and the Maroons get the ball back once again, and they're looking to take over this game. Back in another pass into the box played out by the Spartans, and that one will be kicked deep. So the Spartans are on the counterattack. Well played by Sam Drablos just to kick that one away. Stop the counterattack from the Spartans. Spartans slow it down a little bit. Drablos kicks that one once again, and Hillbonen will slow it down. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this game between the University of Chicago Maroons and the Case Western Reserve University Spartans. We've seen some controversy. We've seen
that. I can't believe he's doing that.
We've seen some controversy in this game. We've seen plenty of hard contact, and at the end of the day, the score is 1-1 after Max Lopez equalizer. Matthew Coe's back in the box, but it's just too far for Matthew Coe. But it was such a beautiful attempt there, once again setting him up on that right side.
Let me tell you something. The coach, Brandon Bianco from the Spartans, it was saying that it was a foul because they charge over, and that is why they got that advantage to get that header. I don't see that call, but in some point, how can you call that when you know that your team is so physical? So come on.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, I want to watch it be called both ways. They let a lot of physicality go, but Abedian has a great run for Scott Lick, and Lick is in the box. He sends one in. Oh, what a beautiful play by the Spartans just to be alive. That one deflected off the Spartans. Adeosun just missed that one, and it's stepped up by Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe will send it to the left side. He was looking for Isaiah Holquist, but Isaiah Holquist was not close enough. So with 3 minutes left to go, the score is 1-1, and this is crunch time for both teams to try to get those 3 points.
I think the Spartans is so happy to get a tie because they don't see, like, they want to clear the ball and relieving that pressure that now the Maroons is taking over on this 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
And Max Lopez sends it back over for Matthew Coe once again, and another great Coe run. And Coe's still out there, and he just kicks it too far. I feel like he's overrunning the goal a little bit and trying to wait until people center it. And I wish he could test Boyle. I want to see Boyle tested a little bit more.
But the defense do the perfect, closing the angle, and that's why he must be doing an extra pass, and the fields go on. And that is why they couldn't shoot. Like, I'm agreeing with you. I want to see what is the skills of the goaltender or the goalkeeper.
Because I don't know. He really hasn't been tested that much in the ways of shots towards him. He's had a couple shots here today, but I mean, none of them were really tough shots. I mean, besides that header from Lopez, I don't know what the actual score could be, but I want to see Boyle and the Spartans really tested here. Nice little kick play from Matthew Coe, and it looks like the Maroons will take possession. The Spartans were arguing. Max Lopez is on his side with a great run. Adeosun dekes a little bit, and he just missed the far post. What a shot from Dio Adeosun. Set up perfectly by Max Lopez with that pass.
But you see that dribble first? They tried to shoot with the right side, do the dribble inside, and shoot with the left, put it the boot so inside. Oh, another yellow card. No, it's talking with the captain of the Spartans because they were saying, what happened? Everybody think they're going to give you the possession.
And they did give him a yellow card. Finally. He must have said a couple words that were a little bit too foul for the referee, arguing for a foul called on that play.
But it's not for physical, just for arguing that I don't like. And now the coach is calling to the referee, saying, I'm calling the game, but it says I'm not agreeing with your calls, and say, let him play, let him finish this game. That's what I told you. Now it's so hot in that field that any mistake will be with 1 minute 10 seconds.
Both sides are really going for it now, as that deep ball from Boyle, and it looks like a no call. It's still a live ball out here, so it will be kicked forward, and looks like it'll be out of bounds off of a deflection off of the Maroons player. So the Spartans have an opportunity here to score with about 55 seconds left to go here in this game on the Maroon Broadcast Network. We are down to crunch time here.
This is going to be more physical.
45 seconds.
Yep.
And a nice throw in there deep, and the play up. A couple of taps, and it looks like the Spartan player kicked it all the way back. So a deep ball in, and the Maroons will look like they'll take possession of it. Well, actually, for a second, the ball back to the Spartans, headed around a couple times as Adeosun had the ball for a second. Now Isaiah Holquist is running for it. He kicks that one out of bounds, so it will be a Spartan throw-in with only 10 seconds left to go in this game. And they threw in quick. Another kick away from the Maroons. So it'll be a throw-in here. Headed away, and that'll be the ball game. 1-1 is your final score. We saw controversy, we saw yellow cards, we saw physicality, and at the end of the day, 1 point apiece for both teams.
I want to see what the coach is going to tell to the referee. Both coaches.
Looks like we have a 5-minute overtime period. Looking to settle this after a quick break here. We've got 5 minutes here in between. So it looks like we've got maybe a little bit more soccer here to be played, a little 5-minute breather for both teams. What did you see in that second half? I know you were very livid at that power play or that penalty shot that ended up not being called. A lot of contact there, but great job from the Maroons to play through it and respond and get that goal. Obviously, you're going to have calls that go your way. You're going to have calls against you. But at the end of the day, it's soccer. You got to keep playing. You got to stay attacking. And the Maroons did a good job to equalize.
First of all, they're going to flip the coin to see who's going to have the possession on the overtime. But
2 10-minute overtimes will be played here for both teams. This is going to be an exciting 2 10-minute overtimes. Got a couple players coming out for the coin flip as to decide who gets possession first.
I get really upset that the call wasn't true accurate in this moment, because the thing that I like about the Maroons is they're coming from behind, never give up, continue putting more pressure, and even they call that penalty kick, they may be winning 2-1 at this moment.
We don't know how everything will turn out. I mean, it still might have been the same result either way.
But let me tell you something.
It would have equalized it with a lot more time on the clock. That's for sure.
And let me tell you one thing. It's so much easy for cover or taking a goal from the 11 steps than the header that they do with that center. And they give you more time, like you say. On this situation, I would like to see less physical and more game, more skills from both sides. And, you know, the momentum is from the Maroons because they're coming from behind. They tie the game, and in the mind of the Spartans, they tie us, and now I must be trying to get another goal to get the advantage again. So it's kind of more complicated. So far, I don't know if it's going to be golden goal. For the people who doesn't know what that means, it's supposed to be the first team that scores, the goal will be to the other overtime, and if they don't score, they get it done.
Oh, okay.
There was another silver goal that if you score one in the first overtime, if done, it doesn't matter if it's 1 minute on the overtime or just 1 minute remaining.
So it is first person to score.
Yeah, well, that is silver. They don't use it anymore. The golden goal, you're going to be playing both overtimes.
Okay.
If they not, I'm not really sure they're going to be on penalty kicks, but if they're going to the penalty kicks, I think the advantage is for the Maroons because I don't see any skills of the goalkeeper.
We haven't been able to really see because he hasn't really been tested. I mean, that header, that's more on the defense, letting him get into the box, getting that head on it. Beautiful pass
and
there from
even the goalkeeper could dive. It was out of the reach.
Yeah. So we really haven't seen. We know that Hill Bonin is a great goalie for the Maroons, but we've got to see. Is Boyle, is he a great goalie? Can he really step up? He's only got a 1.02 goals allowed during the season after until this one was scored. 5-6-2 though, so that would tell you that they're not scoring enough goals, but only giving up 1 goal per game. He's been in every game this year.
Yeah, but maybe it's not because he's good goalkeeper. Maybe
good defense.
That's what I'm going to tell you, the defense. Because they put it a line of 6 that's so complicated to get through. And the Maroons find a way to get through, tie this game, and now there is why we have overtime. And I really like the performance of the Maroons.
I think that the Spartans played pretty well too. They played their game plan. They stuck to their game plan. They did a fine job of really controlling this very, very powerful Maroons team.
Yeah.
I would, if you came into this game and told me as the Spartans that we were going to be 1-1 going into overtime, I would have said, you're crazy. We're probably going to lose this game by 3 or 4 goals. Realistically, they're 5-6-2 playing against the number 4 team in the nation. I mean, in Division III men's soccer. I mean, this is one of the best teams in the league. And besides a 3-0 home loss against Emory, they've dominated their competition throughout this season.
I'm going to tell you something that I maybe get upset on you. Stats doesn't play.
No, stats don't matter.
So you could be the number 1 and losing against the last one, but maybe you have a bad game on that day. And the other one has lucky, so the stats doesn't play. But I like the way that the Maroons is playing so far. We're running out now, starting the first overtime.
All right, 9:50 left to go. 2 10-minute overtimes and a great streak there.
Woo.
And a beautiful play from Sam Drablos to block away anything. We are in overtime soccer here. This is not first goal wins. You have to play 20 minutes here. No golden goal, as it were. So the Spartans retain possession here on the Maroon Broadcast Network. 9.5 minutes left to go here at beautiful Amos Alonzo Stagg Field in Chicago, Illinois. It's a beautiful facility that the University of Chicago has here at Stagg Field. And Matthew Coe dribbling in near the box, delivers that ball over to Abedian, and Abedian crosses that one over to Holquist. Holquist with the ball as he gets into the box. And he centers that, and that ball will go out actually it's kept in. Max Lopez.
Ooh.
And there, a beautiful feed there to Isaiah Holquist. Holquist wasn't quite prepared for that. That ball will be headed out of the box, but right into Capitasto's hands, rather. So that ball goes back. It is golden goal. Okay, we got the confirmation here of the overtime rules. It will be a golden goal decides it all. So first to score, much like in American hockey, we've seen that as a kind of a first goal to that is scored will win the match. So this should be a lot of attacking from both teams, looking to counterattack when the other team falters on an attack. And both goalies will be tested, I'd imagine, Hill Bonin and Calvin Boyle, respectively.
Alex, see, they put it a lot of people on the midfield to recover and put more pressure. The Maroons put a lot of pressure in this first overtime.
So do you feel like that will benefit the Maroons?
Yeah,
here?
look.
As Adeosun with a beautiful play over to Isaiah Holquist, and the Maroons are testing. Adeosun with the ball over to Isaiah Holquist, and that ball will be offsides, played by Isaiah Holquist. But you love the idea, a little two-man game there between Adeosun and Isaiah Holquist.
And see, now the Maroons is putting too much pressure from the midfield, and only one player is on the other side. And the other Maroon team is in the defensive.
Oh, and Abedian landed on his tailbone. He's a little hurt.
Ooh.
That there's nothing you can do about that. It heals on its own, but there's nothing you can do. It really stings. So that ball almost misplayed from Adeosun. And not a bad check there by Schofield just to alleviate some pressure, but everybody's got the Maroons are going to shrink down the box and really make this challenging. This will be a throw-in from Darmstadter. And Darmstadter with the throw-in. And to Alex Bessel, who has been in the center point of most of the offense here tonight. Max Lopez skillfully plays that one forward to Adeosun. And that ball goes all the way over to Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe flips that one to Max Lopez, and Max Lopez will just tap that one forward to Isaiah Holquist, and I believe that skids off of Isaiah Holquist, so it will be a throw-in for the Spartans. 6 minutes and 15 seconds here of free soccer. Overtime soccer, and a really, really fine play running into the box by Senft, and it looks like it will be a corner kick assessed for the Spartans. So a good opportunity here for the Spartans to attack with under 6 minutes left to go here in this overtime, this first overtime period. This is a great opportunity here for the Spartans to score a goal.
Okay. They're going to try to do the same way that the Maroons scored, send the ball to the penalty point, and somebody just barely touch it. And see how they put it pressure on the goalkeeper.
And that kick is in, and it wasn't a fantastic first effort, but the second effort didn't get past the second wave of Maroon defenders, so Sam Drablos will be over there, and he has a mistake on that, and Hill Bonin will go out of his net. He left his net. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
What a save. What a save.
What a save there. Hill Bonin left his net, but the ball came back into the middle of the field. And what great defense there from the Maroons. They could have gotten really, really hurt on that play. That could have easily been game over, and that will be a foul assessed to the Spartans.
Ooh, I don't know.
He took kind of a cheap shot at him and stuck his hip out. It was kind of subtle, but the referee caught it.
That defensive play, you call it the play of the game?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Instead of the goal.
This is the play of no. I mean, this is the play of the play of the overtime period.
No, the game.
Okay, I'd call that goal the play of the game.
I don't know. No, I'm asking you, which one do you call it?
I'd call the goal the play of the game. I mean, it's so important to tie. We wouldn't get to overtime if it hadn't been for that goal. And we got a substitution. Nate Johnson coming in. He's going to take over the duties of the right wing defense.
You know, there must be have a lot of focus.
I believe that's Scott Lick coming out.
He could be inches to make an own goal instead of saving, or the concentration and not feeling the pressure. Somebody's coming and jumping over him and score it. So for me, it's like the play of the game. For me.
Funny enough, because that play happened so quick, I don't think you think about it until after. No? You're just trying to. It's all reactionary and skillful. Nice little jump there from Adeosun, who has got quite nice hops for his size, but that ball will be off of Adeosun, so back to the Spartans, and they throw it back in, and it looks like it'll be a throw-in for the Maroons, and they throw in quick. They don't waste any time. One back by the Spartans briefly, and then Abedian sent that ball forward, but it'll be another throw-in for the Spartans here with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in this first overtime period.
You don't hear the reaction of the crowd, but the crowd says, "Oh my God!" Nobody speaks like that. He's the hero so far at this moment.
I absolutely agree. That was a wild play, and it looks like Matthew Coe with a beautiful run in, and Isaiah Holquist has the ball in a nice position, and he centers that to Adeosun, and Adeosun could not get enough of his left foot on the ball. Max Lopez with the ball, and he delivers that one deep out, and that shot up, and that just too high, the touch shot, but it was a beautiful shot, and it looks like it was deflected by the defense of the Spartans, so they're going to give
a corner kick, but no, it wasn't. I think the guy from the Spartan just tried to touch the ball, clear the ball. Unfortunately, they shoot it against their own goal, almost getting an own goal.
That would have been a wild turn.
And they covered it fast.
So Adeosun kicks it in, and a beautiful killer, and they score! That's your ball game. What a beautiful centering pass there. I believe that was Andre Abedian, and that ball was assisted by Matthew Coe. What a beautiful play there. Your Maroons pull it off 8 minutes into the overtime period, 2 minutes left to go in this first overtime period. The Maroons win 2-1. What a wild play.
Alex, see, the coach Mike Batts, instead of celebrating, going with the players, he goes and say to the other team, good game, and he's saying to the coach, nice game. I like that because that is fair play, and the Maroons deserve that. That corner kick, it was amazing because nobody expected they do it to center to the first.
Well, they didn't really center it. They didn't kick a deep ball over.
There was going into the deep and centered to the first post. Somebody just barely touched it, making it impossible to the goal.
I believe it was Matthew Coe who got the first touch on that ball, and then Obedian came in and finished the job. What a beautiful job by the Maroons. And both teams meet in the middle and shake hands. Both well-deserved. The Spartans really did play a good game, deserved to be in overtime here. Great job by the Maroons to finish the job. Well, that was an exciting soccer game. We got 8 extra minutes of calling this game out here, and it was a little tense there for a couple minutes. Both sides really tested each other, but at the end of the day, the Maroons pull it out 2-1 in overtime. Coming up here in just a little bit, we will be covering the women's side of these two teams. It'll be University of Chicago Maroons ladies, who are still number 1 in the nation, by the way, and the Case Western Reserve Spartan ladies will be coming up here just a little bit, probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes. But fantastic game. We got the absolute pleasure of watching a fantastic overtime game, calling a little bit extra, and we got the positive result of the Maroon victory.
Both teams deserve to share the points, but the Maroons do the effort. I don't say the Spartans doesn't play well. They play so good. Unfortunately, one mistake of covering the guy, they cost you the victory. And I like the Maroons. The Maroons do the effort, coming from behind, and then with a defensive play that for me is the MVP of the player of the game, because without that, maybe the Spartans will be winning this one instead of losing, and then at the end of the result, the Maroons deserve to win.
Matthew Coe is my player of the game here. A goal and an assist. A goal and an assist on that play. He'll get 4 points on this night and lead his team to victory here. Matthew Coe is my player of the game because of a couple of fantastic plays, and he drew that potential penalty kick in there as well. That's 3 plays that he really changed the game.
I'm agree with you to disagree because without the defense, that will not be calling that one. Because
Sam Drablos really deserves a lot of credit on that back end. Every single time the Spartans attacked.
The most problematic player from the other team, from the Spartans, number 9. And you can see the crowd is clapping the effort from the Spartans. That is fair play. I like that. Even the Maroons do the perfect game. I'm agree with you on offensive time, but defense won championships.
Yeah, absolutely. Offense, I agree with that.
Offense give you crowd. But without defense play, sorry.
All right,
different stuff.
So that was a fantastic game. Your Maroons win, and they move to 13-1 now, and 3-1 in UAA play. Case Western Reserve, on the other hand, they will go to 5-7-2, 1-3 in UAA play. Next game for the University of Chicago Maroons men will be in 3 days from now, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. at home against North Park. That will be their last home game of October, and then they will play one more game on the 4th of November at 11 a.m. against Washington St. Louis. But the next game will be North Park, 7 p.m. at home. Come out and watch some of the last home action for the University of Chicago Maroons. And stay tuned because the University of Chicago Maroons Division III number 1 ranked overall Maroons will be coming up against the Spartans. That will be coming up in about a half an hour to 45 minutes, so stay tuned for that here on the Maroon Broadcast Network. For Sergio Venegas and all of our fantastic staff here, for Game 1, Rosa, I'm not going to thank Ryan Fahey. I'm gonna thank everybody else but Ryan Fahey, and for all of the fantastic people here for the University of Chicago that make this game possible. Special thanks to everybody here. Your final score 2-1 Maroons over the Case Western Reserve Spartans. For our next game, We will have, obviously, the Lady Maroons coming up. But until that game, I'd imagine I'd be on that call. But until our next University of Chicago game, I'm Alex Reed saying so long and have a beautiful day here on this wonderful Sunday in Chicago, Illinois. Stay tuned, guys.